Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today I want to talk about the single biggest issue I feel like Modern Warfare 2 really has. And I haven't talked about this a whole lot because it is a pretty controversial topic, and there's just been so many other things that I've been focused on, making main channel content and making the other videos that I've wanted to make here on Optimus Games, but I feel like I'm ready to talk about this because I feel like it's an issue that needs to be called out. It's something that needs to be talked about, and as a content creator, I want to use my platform to also speak a little bit, at least, for the people who comment on my videos and basically take my content in. And one of the biggest complained about things I've seen with Modern Warfare 2 is actually the same issue that I have with Modern Warfare 2. So overall, I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is pretty decent, right? I think as it stands, it's an okay game, like it's definitely better than I personally expected. I have fun on it, at least when I'm allowed to, it seems like. And overall, I think there's a lot of things that they did right with this game, but this is just one of those things that has persisted in Call of Duty over the last few years that has not only really destroyed my enjoyment for the game, but has destroyed a lot of other people's enjoyment for the game. Like, I would love this game so much more if this wasn't as much of a problem. And of course, that issue is skill-based matchmaking, man. Skill-based matchmaking is a very hot button topic in gaming, right? A lot of people, feel very strongly about it. I'm one of those people. I'm not a huge fan of skill-based matchmaking. From my experience, the only people who really are fans of skill-based matchmaking are the players who aren't good at video games. Like, I've never seen someone who's really skilled at video games sit there and actually defend these systems, because most people who are actually good at the game understand the feeling and they understand what people are saying about this. So I've been reading my comments on my Modern Warfare 2 content, and I've been seeing a lot of complaints about skill-based matchmaking. So I know this isn't only a me issue, this is something that's happening with a lot of players inside of Modern Warfare 2, and they feel like they're basically being gypped a little bit by the game, right? They feel like the game's kind of coming after them in a way because, well, they do good one match, next thing you know, they're playing CDL pros for the next 5 matches in a row, right? So if you don't understand the fundamentals of what skill-based matchmaking is, it's a system that's supposed to be in place to make the game more fair. What it does is, if you're really good at a game, it kind of tracks you with some sort of internal measurement, just how good you are at the game, and it tries to pair you up with players at a similar skill level, right? So if you completely fucking suck at Call of Duty, this system is supposed to put you in place with players who are at the same skill level, so you're not getting frustrated and constantly playing people who are better than you. Basically, the game caters in a way to the worst players. If you're a better player, every match you play in is going to be people going their fucking hardest. They're going to be trying their hardest. They're going to be jumping corners and drop shotting you and using the meta classes and fucking, nading spots and stuff like that, right? And don't get me wrong, I don't mind a challenge in video games. Elden Ring, all these other games that have challenged me, I've had personally a fun time with. I'd have no problem with that. The issue comes in because of the implementation, right? Essentially, like, if you're playing Modern Warfare 2, in my experience, right, you'll have 1 or 2 casual lobbies, and if you do really good in those casual lobbies, you drop high kills, or you do really good on the objective, overall you're like one of your better players in the game. Next thing you know, the next few matches of COD you play, you're gonna be playing against the fucking hardest kids to play against ever. I mean, they're gonna be pulling out all the stops to try and win the match, and you have to, at that point, try your fucking hardest, or you simply just can't play the game and have a good time. And so for a lot of players who are actually decent at the game, they're not some Timmy sitting in a corner with his shotgun ADS'd, they don't like games with high SBMM because basically it feels like you're in the eSport Olympics the minute you pick the game up. And for people like me, Call of Duty is not one of those games that I feel the need personally to go my absolute hardest in all the time, right? I get on Call of Duty when I've smacked the bong 6 times, I got a couple Mike's Hard Lemonades next to me after a day of making videos, and I'm just trying to fucking wind down and relax, right? All my friends get off work, they're ready to come home after a long work day, they want to run some COD with their buddies. Next thing you know, we're playing against fucking Scump, Nade Shot, Formal, Attach, Zuma, and one of their buddies in a fucking lobby, right? And no one likes that. No one likes having to play through situations like that. It's annoying. And one of the big arguments for skill-based matchmaking is, oh bro, just get better. You do better if you just get better. The only problem is with that, skill-based matchmaking does not incentivize you to get better in any way, really. For instance, since when I started really getting into Call of Duty multiplayer around Black Ops 1, right, I was terrible. I'll admit it. I was going 5-21 every game. I was the kid that you were shitting on and talking shit to after the game, right, and bullying. That was me. Until one day I realized, like, hey, if I really put the time into this game to get better at it, I could probably compete with some of these guys. And so over the next few years, I started playing Call of Duty more. You know, I came home from school, I'd grind out COD a little bit, and I got better at the game. That was back when the game felt like it incentivized you to get better. You know, it challenged you to get better. Now, there's no incentive to get better. If you fucking suck at the game, it's just gonna put you in these casual Timmy lobbies where kids are, you know, terrible, and you have no incentive to get better. There is no better players for you to play, because they're all stuck in lobbies against one another, right? So why get better if everybody you're playing against is fucking terrible? You have no incentive to get better. You can just fucking smack them, right? Or at least play casually with them. But the problem is for people like me who, I wouldn't say I go my hardest when I play Call of Duty. I'm just above average, right? I'm not some god at the game, you know, I'm not out here dropping 140 kill gameplays and shit, but I can run my streaks up and I can drop 50 if I really tried, you know what I mean? Maybe 60 or 70 if I really pushed my luck. But for people like me, you don't get that opportunity. You're just playing against the fucking best of the best constantly, and it ruins your enjoyment of the game, man. And it's like the developers don't even care, because every year it seems like the skill-based in Call of Duty gets harsher and harsher. And it's gotten to the point where Call of Duty is just catering to the shittiest like 90% of players. And I get, you know, oh, well, they gotta satisfy their player base, man. That never seemed to be a problem back in the day. You know, back in Modern Warfare 2, the OG Modern Warfare 2, that is. You didn't have people fucking dealing with that, man. They just got better at the game. They just, you know, shot back or went and fucking played until they got better, right? Now there's no incentive to do that, and there's no reason to do that at all, right? And it's just confusing to me because, like, we're the people who've been playing Call of Duty for years. Like, I've been playing for, what, 13 years consistently now, but yet the game punishes me, you know what I mean? Instead of punishing the people who don't play, who have no incentive to get better, I get punished for being a hardcore fan of the franchise. And it absolutely sucks, man. And it's a big issue, I feel like, with a lot of games. It's not even just Call of Duty. There's plenty of video games out there that have implemented even harsher SBMM and stuff in their games, but this to me is the biggest issue in Modern Warfare 2. If the skill-based was tuned back to even like Black Ops 3 levels, or like Black Ops 4 levels, I feel like this game would be infinitely more playable for a lot of people. Like, I genuinely feel like I would spend hours upon hours a day playing this Call of Duty if the skill-based matchmaking simply didn't punish you so much for being good at the game and for playing the game for long periods of time and learning the game and learning its mechanics. But unfortunately, that's not what we have in Call of Duty. We have a system where the shitty Timmies who sit in corners, you know, they can get away with doing that, and there's no problem. They can get away with just chilling out and being terrible at the game because the game caters itself to them. And I think that's a really stupid idea, man. So, I mean, if Infinity Ward is listening to this, I know you guys aren't going to fix this. You're not going to change the SBMM. You're not going to make it easier for people like me to have fun on your game. Why would you, right? You don't care about my money. You don't care about me as a player. I understand that. You got to cater to the casuals who never play the game, who get on for 20 minutes a day. I understand, but it's just unfortunate. And it's an issue that I wanted to talk about here in a video. So anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video here on Optimus Games, this is Optimus, well, talking about skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty and signing out.